This is mid-April, or it's April 9th, and an awful lot has happened in the garden, so I thought I'd go through here. We're at the patio where the sunroom is, and we'll start over here on the right-hand side. And let's see, we've got, I don't know what those are. They had been totally obscured by the two big bushes that were here, so we took out those bushes, and now I have a place for my tool rack. Great looking azalea that I had to cut off some freeze because we did have a fairly late freeze, but it wasn't a hard freeze. It maybe dipped to 32. And then these are those African lilies, and they're starting to bloom. Anxious to see what they turn out like. Another nice hydrangea. Haven't done anything here or here. Cut down more of the hollies that were lining the vegetable garden. They were just too overpowering. And then of course, this represents a lot of work that we have to get done. I think most of this mulch will go in this area. And if you'll see, I've got some black marks that I traced around this whole pebble patio area, because I want all the pebbles moved from the two middle large sections, and then all the pebbles will just go on these walk paths that go all the way around the garden. They meet in the middle, but they go all the way around the two large circles. And in here, this is the workberry that don't do much work there, but so I don't know if that's quite the best place for it to be. My hori knife out here, and I don't want to do that. It's a very good tool. So since last time, blueberries are looking pretty darn good. I transplanted two hostas that were not doing well from the the west side of the house. This is the east side of the house, and got a couple ferns that were in the back of the lake house. Brought them up here, and those are doing well. Put in these blue rushes. I like them. They'll get fairly large, and they're a nice different color than I have in the garden. More blueberries. Right here is a Berbera daisy that I found on the west side of the yard, and I moved it over here because it wasn't happy at all, and it does seem to be doing a little better. Oh, that's meant to get out my list of things. That's a loropetalum, I believe. Just the color, I couldn't believe it when I saw it, so I got that, and I got a few more that I'll show you up there. This is the little area that I've already pulled all the pebbles out of. The three grasses there. Oh gosh. Oh, here's one that tags on it. These are prairie fire sedges. Supposed to be beautiful in the fall. My dahlias did not like the little freeze we had at all. They couldn't tolerate it. The dianthus look okay, but nothing seems to be really thriving here. It makes me worry that the soil underneath, it was solid clay, but that it also might not be very good soil. Of course I put compost in when I planted them, but we'll see. Over here, you can't even see them yet, but I've got some red hot pokers coming up. Always wanted red hot pokers, and I'm hoping they'll come up, but they were just bulbs that I found at Walmart. and they may be coming up. I see a couple in there. They're noted by the popsicle sticks that are sticking out. And that's just the comfrey and some of this beautiful loropetalum. So striking blue, and they'll get fairly large. They'll fill in this area. The calla lilies really suffered with that freeze. But I've been watching them, I've been watering them. We put in new soaker hoses. More comfrey. Over here in the back where the popsicle sticks are, I put in 2 puny, pretty sorry looking pink muley grasses that I got from Spring Hill Nursery. The third one just fell apart when I took the plastic off of it. I don't know if it survived at all, but looks like 2 of them may have survived. Comfrey, and then this gorgeous hibiscus, Midnight Marvel, is sprouting. And I think it'll be very nice here. It is nice dark foliage, dark blue, or red, big flowers. More comfrey. And then just the more blueberries. They all look pretty good, except they're getting more shade now because of the trees are maturing. These last 3 bushes, or 4 bushes, I just assumed were more blueberries, but they don't have flowers on them. And they look a little different. So after this video, I'm going to come back and I'm going to see if I can get an identification on these. The compost area, haven't done much with, except I took a lot of the leaves off of the top and put them over right there in that patch in the middle, just because I had nothing else to put over the bare clay. So I have work to do there, of course. Nothing here. Those are real blueberries that are strawberries that volunteered this year. We need to be careful about how we do this area here, because this is a drainage issue, and it needs to be just looked after. I mean, it's okay. It seems to take care of itself when the rain is very heavy, but there's no sense in planting a bunch of things there because we're going to have maybe a dry riverbed in there. It's one of the roses. Hasn't bloomed yet, but it's looking pretty good. And go over here. This is where we cut the front side of the branches off of these hollies because they were just extending all the way over into the lawn. And I'll probably cut those back, the back half of them too, because they're sprouting really well from the trunks. A little bit of freeze burn, but they'll all come back through the middle and be very lush. Still don't know what this is, but it looks like it's some kind of lilies, I guess. We'll see. And that clematis is coming back really nicely. That one, and there's another one on this side that isn't quite as strong, but it is going to come back. I won't do too much in the vegetable garden because